Check 1, 2. Wonderful. It's Bruce Hill with New Skills, New You. I hope this mic is on. You do a live with the mic off. If you're here, we focus on personal and professional development with an emphasis on sales skills because we know one new skill will change your life. We're helping you grow your people and help you grow your business. So, look, I have my shirt on today. Shout out to Traffic Sales and Profit. Might have to do a recap on that. But I'm not the social media guy, I'm a sales guy. And that's where I want to get known for. I want to help individuals and businesses increase their revenue, increase their client, and I want to make it simple. So the biggest thing I run into, and maybe this is what you run into, is that we look at sales as a bad word, as a bad thing. We look at sales as something like doing chores, like eating our vegetables. And I really struggle with where is this resistance to sales coming from? And this is coming from people who want to start a business, who own a business. And maybe they even say, oh, I need to hire some salespeople. I'm like, well, before you do that, are you selling? And they say, well, no, I don't like sales. And here's the shift I want to bring to you. Selling is serving. Selling is, that's what I have, one of my original trainings. Customer service is sales. The more you serve, the more your business will grow. And I'm not talking about giving away for free. There's ways to add value and create a profit. And that's what let's dive into that today. I was coming back from Traffic Sales and Profits. I'm reading my next book and I'm talking to the driver. And he asked me where I came from. I said Traffic Sales and Profit does a twice a year conference for business owners. And he's said, well, I'm a business owner. And then he started telling me all the things that were going wrong with him running his business. And then I'm listening because I've this is my eighth, ninth business. I've struggled, I've failed, I've struggled, I've succeeded. So I wanted to have some empathy for the driver trying to start a transportation business. And he was talking about this person, his brother-in-law, wouldn't license his company to him. And he was saying that his sister wasn't helping him with the business. And he was saying, and I started to hear a pattern. Everything was someone else's fault. And so I went into coaching mode. Now, I generally don't do this unsolicited, but I'm trapped in the car with the Lyft driver. You won't get this smoke. And so I said, okay, stop. None of what you told me is relevant. He's like, what? I was like, none of what you said is actually stopping you from making money in your business. He said, what do you mean? I said, the only thing stopping you from making money in your business is you. And he got real quiet. And I asked him a question. I said, what kind of business do you want to start? He's like, transportation company. I said, do you have a vehicle? He said, yeah. And then he said, I asked him, do you have the license and insurance? He said, yes. I said, then do you have any customers? He said, no. I said, then your job right now is not to convince your brother-in-law, not to convince your sister, is to get customers. And that's where I see more businesses can succeed if they spend more time finding an ideal client and serving that ideal client instead of all the problems that they have. And there are going to be problems. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying it's going to be worth it. I'm saying to focus on what you control. And so here's the simplest way, not the easiest way, the simplest way to grow your business is ask yourself these three questions. What problem do I solve? Who do I solve this problem for? And how do I solve the problem? How do I solve the problem differently? So let's use Bruce. What problem do you solve? The problem I solve, there's brilliant individuals and amazing businesses that are slowly dying because they don't know how to make money. That's a problem. You're putting the work in, you're putting the time in, you're putting your resources in, and you're failing because you're not making money. That's the problem. What's the solution? I believe that personal and professional development is the foundation of success. If you grow your people, you grow your business. How am I going to serve these people? Make sales simple through digital courses, through live trainings, through books, working on book number 4, pre-order at askingbetterquestions.com, askingbetterquestions, plural.com. And some of these questions I've just asked out loud are in a book to help you without spending much money on ads, without buying fancy software, without hiring 50 people team. These questions are how you can get better clients, grow your revenue, and increase your retention. So digital courses, live trainings, and then hard copy books. Yes, I'm working on audio books. The reason I do hard copy is because I gotta hand it to you. I want you to take notes in it. I want you to turn the pages. And more important, I want you to execute. So we're driving along. The Lyft driver, he has a vehicle, he has a license, he has insurance. I said, where can you find customers? That's the only thing you're missing is customers. Where can you find them? So my suggestion is a travel agent, right? I said, if you're a transportation company, who do you serve most? He said, people that want to travel. I said, all right, they got to get from A to B. So where are we going to find them? At the airport, right? A travel agent. They're sending people around the U.S., around the country, around the world. Then I said, okay, what else? And he said, well, I actually had an idea to be on call from hotel concierge. We're going to talk to all the hotels in Atlanta. In my head, I'm like, that's a lot of hotels. But I just wanted him to do something. I said, okay, what else? He said it was hotels, travel agents, cruise ships, and there was one more idea he had that I thought was really good. I didn't come up with it. And I asked him a very simple question. What's stopping you from doing that today? He couldn't answer. He didn't have an answer. He said, you're giving me a lot to think about. I was like, yeah, you're welcome. Normally I charge for this. I don't like people complaining. I'm the wrong person to complain. You get like half a complaint and then we gotta move to solution. If you want to complain, get a therapist. I'm here to help you increase the revenue in your business. I'm helping you transform your life. It only takes one new skill to change your life. It only takes one new skill. You don't have to move to Atlanta, Bruce. You don't have to go back to school. You don't have to lose a bunch of weight. You don't have to learn a new language. Learning a new language would change your life. It starts in here. And I hope that he heard what I said and he'll put it into action. I hope that you'll hear what I say and say, look, right now, my only job is to find people with the problem I solve and serve them. If you do that, that takes care of 80% of your business problems. Revenue will take care of most of your business problems. And when the problems that it doesn't solve, you have the funds to pay somebody to solve them. Yes, grants are good. Fill out those grant applications. Funding's okay. Make sure the terms make sense. If you can get approved, I know a lot of us can't. 80% of businesses have less than 5 employees. They don't have a revenue for a lot of banks to touch them. There's alternative funding, sure. But you know what's really nice? It's cash that you get to keep. You get some venture capital funding, angel investor money. Yeah, that's great. You got to pay it back. Now I got to call them once a week, or they're going to be calling me and say, hey, what's the progress? Maybe someone will need that accountability. But when you make the money, your customers pay you, you get to keep it. Set some aside for your taxes. Business is expensive, but it's your money. You don't have to pay it back to anyone. And that's where I want you to be in your life and business. And that's where I don't understand when people are like, oh, I don't want to be salesy. I'm not asking you to steal from people. Give them more value than they give you payment. I'm not asking you to trick anyone. I'm telling you to serve them with excellence and integrity. I'm not asking you to bully anyone into making a decision. If you have to convince them they're not the right customer, or you haven't done a good job educating them on why they should become a customer. So all my folks that are afraid of sales, I want you to ask yourselves the 3 questions. What problem do I solve? Who do I solve them for? And how will I provide the solution? That's where the magic happens. I know there's, what did it say? It's saturated. What you can do, I'm reading a book, The Blue Ocean Strategy, right now. You can do Even if it's an old problem, is find an innovative way to solve it. So the innovation for new skills in you is really simple. It's personal professional development. In the corporate world, they call that talent management, and it's sales training. But I haven't seen those put together effectively. It's either one or the other. And that's why a lot of people pay for sales training and then it doesn't work after a while, stop working. And that's why some people, they work on this professional development, but their income stays the same. But I found when you can combine the two and focus on both, that's when you start to have lasting transformation in your life and business. And it's really that simple. Not easy, but it really is that simple. So the same advice I gave to the driver who wants to start a transportation business, he effectively has the business. He's already got the LLC, and then he kept talking about a website. He's like, "Oh, I don't have a website." I was like, "Bro, if you missing a website one more time," I didn't say anything about a website. My first business, my first profitable business, I didn't even have business cards. I didn't have a business name. So you know I didn't have an LLC if I didn't have a business name. I didn't have a website. What did I have? I had customers. I had people that were willing to pay me for my services. I was doing leadership coaching, communications training, and I was doing business development. I was charging, man, if I told you the prices back then, I think growth. I didn't have anything, didn't have social media, but I had customers. You have customers, you have a business. So that's your first assignment. You're like, Bruce, I don't have a product yet. Okay, fine. Go get some customers. Oh, Bruce, I haven't finished the website. Okay, cool. Go get some customers. And then you say, well, where do I get customers? Now you're asking the right questions. Now you're exploring the possibility, not the obstacles. And that's where I'm working on my next book is asking better questions creates better clients. Because when you start asking yourself those questions on what is possible, it creates a path to success. It immediately opens up possibilities. And that's what I want. I want you to have options. I want you to have possibilities in your business. And so I don't want you to be afraid of sales. If you're finding ways to serve people at a higher level and change your life by adding value or removing problems, you deserve to be compensated. You deserve remuneration. There we go. That's the thesaurus word for today. But it comes from the customers. It doesn't come from sitting behind a computer making content. It comes from creating customers. And that's what this page is for. So follow New Skills New You on YouTube and New Skills New You on all your favorite social media. So we're going to talk about 2024. How do we find and create new customers while being ourselves? Just this version of ourselves. Here's yes more often. All right, let me check for any questions. Say, throw a question in the chat. And we're going to hop off here. Give me 1 second. Should have this ready. But you got to check the chat. Oh, here's my favorite one. Where do I start? I got this question at the conference this weekend. She said, oh, I need sales help. I said, why do you need sales help? She said, I'm trying to start a business. And that's like signal number one. You're trying to start a business. What kind of business do you want to start? She said, I don't know. So here's the advice I'll give to her. Here's the advice I'm going to give to you. Make sure you have to start with the problem. Ooh, that might be a good book title. Maybe a little webinar. Start with the problem. What is the problem you are uniquely able to solve, fix, to address? That's your first business. And if you have trouble coming up with that, a lot of times it is a version of you from the past. It's something that you don't go start a business off of something you read out of a book. I got a couple books right here. What I'm reading next. It's got to go off your life. Now, once you've experienced, you've lived it, you successfully overcome it, go read some books, go to some conferences, take a course, take a training to get better, but don't go make stuff up. Don't do it. Operate integrity. So that's where I'll start for her. The first exercise I have for her, it's like, hey, I want to start a business. Where do I start? It's like, what problem am I confident I can solve? Notice I didn't say, what is you passionate about? Oh, what's my purpose? Keep it legal, moral, and ethical, but your business may not be your passion. But a profitable business creates time and money so you can pursue your passion until the business runs itself and you can pursue that passion full time. If you do it right, the business should be a path forward to your passion, But don't get discouraged if your business is not your passion. Start with a problem. You don't need fancy software. You don't need to join a mastermind. Those are good things to accelerate your progress. But most of the time, those aren't good things to start your progress. You have to start your progress. So that's a question for today. Let me see. Any other questions? Let me check the chat. Let me check YouTube. Any other questions? Throw them in the chat before I hop off. I keep it short and sweet. No, going once, going twice. All right. I'm gonna hop off the live, but I always check the comments and I'll save those for the next week. Thanks for tuning in to New Skills New You. We make sales simple, working on your personal and professional development with the emphasis in sales, helping you grow as a person, helping you grow your people so you can grow your business.